Hey guys, welcome back to the part 2 of the tier list that we started yesterday. If you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check that out. But this is going to be the Defenders version of that same tier list. As you guys can see, we have the same exact picks up here. It didn't reset. Surprisingly, I actually exited this tab and I'm doing this today, obviously. And these all stayed here. So we get to look at these, the priors, and then we can just add on to them and end up with the tier list. I wanted to do this to make it shorter, and that's exactly what we did with the last video. And this is going to be the final tier list of year 5, that is. Some people got a little spooked. They thought I was never going to do a tier list again, but it's just for year 5. I probably won't do one until, middle of the next season, whenever that season comes. But yeah, I read some comments. You guys seem like you like this selection mostly. Most people agreed with me here, give or take a few picks up or down. But for the most part, we had some positive criticism, which is always nice to hear. I'm not just out of my mind, which is always a good thing, I guess. But let's head into this. I saw a lot of people talking about this operator, where she's going to be a Rooney. So I'm going to wait till the end to give the 2 new operators and just go in order here. But a lot of you guys hate this operator. I didn't realize that. So let's get into it, guys. Alibi. So Alibi, I had her as rare last time. I know I had her as rare last time. I'm moving her up to good because I have found great success with baiting with the Alibi decoys and also the weapon. I'm sure you guys have seen some clips of me using Alibi, and I use her quite a lot, so you probably have seen clips of it on this channel if you have watched previous videos of Alibi. I'm just insane with the weapon. It's insane. The ADS speed is insane. One of my favorites for sure. As for Bandit, still a great operator with a lot of counters, but still the go-to if you're trying to balance out versus a Thermite, Hibana, or Ace is still the go-to. Him and Kaid, wherever Kaid is, they fall under the same category. Kaid is definitely superior when we're talking hatches because Bandit obviously can't do that, but Kaid can. Also got the 1.5 times, I believe it's a 1.5 times right, last season, and that has improved him drastically. Castle, very rare selection. I still want to do my video about my Castle rework ideas. I think I have plenty of ideas on Castle. It would be pretty easy to come up with a bunch there. Definitely needs a rework of some type. I just don't know when or what it should be. All right, we're gonna move on forward, and for all you guys that use these as suggestions for like what operators to pick, what should be my main, I would stay in this range, 1 and 2, and it's really, these are the operators that are going to carry you from bronze all the way to plat, all the way to diamond. I can pretty much guarantee you that you should see these operators for the most part. Minus recruit, of course, but all of these guys, these are your core operators, okay? So I just want to throw that in there because I know a lot of you guys trust this as reliable information, and all of these are very, very solid picks, I promise you. So we're going to hit Cav real quick. So Cav for me is a rare selection. Can be good, can be bad. As always, I say some people can be good with it, some people can be bad with it, and most people are very bad with it because it's just not that good of an operator, especially as you get higher in the ranks. Cav, if you're in bronze, Cav's a good operator, but this is not one of those operators that's going to carry you past gold even. So just avoid getting in the habit of using it versus terrible people because it's not going to benefit you any once you get better at the game and rank up and so on and so forth. Clash, I'm going to put her at just a rare pick. I'm going to rate her as skill, right? Clash is pretty, it doesn't really take much skill to be a Clash, but good Clash players are good, and I don't think it's really that good of an operator. A little bit broken to say the least, but I don't really hate whenever I see the other team with a Clash. However, if I see another team with a Blitz, well, we have a different story. I'm gonna have some problems with them. So Doc and Rook, I always pair these guys together. Doc, Rook, okay. I'm gonna have them sit like this, so rare and good. So Rook for me is the better one of the 2 now that he has the better scope. A Doc, very situational gadget for the most part. It's rare in Siege that it's not like a one-shot headshot. Maybe once again in lower ranks there's more body shots, but in higher ranks it's just people know how to shoot your head, and that is facts. And then Rook, you just get extra health, which once again doesn't really help that much in higher ranks because headshots, but it's occasionally does happen. So I still would rather pick Rook over Doc in most situations. And so we move to Echo. Oh, Echo, poor Echo. At this point, This is probably the biggest change we've had so far. We still have a few more to go. I mean, we got Jaeger and stuff, but Echo got it. Echo really just got the nerf he deserves. I mean, he's been up here since the beginning of my tier list. I started making these tier lists, like, I don't know when I started making them tier lists. You could look all the way back. They've been pretty much the same since I made them, as in the same style, same way I make them. And Echo has always just been an auto select straight to the top, which now I can't say he's up there, and I can't even say he's a good operator anymore. I don't know if there's really ever a reason to pick Echo over a Maestro or a Valkyrie or either of them. So I'm actually going to put Echo in rare. I hate to say it, but that's what happens when you get nerfed like that. Go rapid fire on these next two here, or the next few here. Ella, very just good. I would say one of those mediocre at best operators, kind of like how Ying was whenever we went over the attackers. Very similar thing. Just got to learn how to control that recoil. As for Frost, this is almost a lost cause operator. Very, very rare pick for me. Honestly, I'm going to say use. No, we'll go rare because some ranks I know that Frost mats will be really good, and you can sometimes just catch people off guard, and that's important. It's the same thing with Goyo, really, is that you can catch people off guard with having the shield there. They're going to waste utility on it and so on and so forth. Then again, you only have 2 shields, so you just have less potential than you used to have. Both of these are trap operators. We have a lot of trap operators here. We got Capkin, we got Legion, all coming up right here. But these are definitely my, like C or D tier trap operators, but these two are the better of the bunch. So I actually really, really like Legion with the goo mines. The goos have been nerfed a little bit, but the weapon actually got quite a nice buff last season. And Capkin as well, both very similar. I don't think Capkin's gadget is as good. It's just it just takes so long to set up, which kind of got a buff last season because, well, you don't really have to reinforce anymore. If you have a long setup time, the other players can reinforce most of the site while you go set up all your gadgets and stuff. But it's tedious, but the weapon's good, just not as good as Legion in every facet pretty much. As for Jaeger, we gotta still put him in meta, but woo-wee, they're coming for him. They're coming for him and Wamai. They both have to sit in meta because it's just, they're necessary. You have to have them really both at this point because Jaeger's cooldown now is pretty legit, and then Wamai also got a little bit of a nerf as well. So these two operators, you need the ADS in some sense. You gotta have one of these guys. Jaeger has a higher pick rate. People just like him more, but I don't know. Wamai is really basically equivalent tier if you're just talking ADS to ADS system, because they both can only really handle one grenade, stun, or any throwable for that matter. So Maestro, I gotta just put him way back up here again because the Evil Eye is quite good. And now that Echo is pretty much, in my opinion, pretty useless because you can only really plant deny once. You can't replant denial because the drone becomes extremely visible once you get it up onto the ceiling. So that's very, very real. So I prefer Maestro here. Better weapon, better pretty much everything than Echo at this point, and serves the role of the plant denial. Plus you get some intel and it's bulletproof, so they gotta waste an Ashe or a Zofia if they want to even get the Maestro cam in the first place. Melusi, guys, this is the operator that lost her T5 SMG, and it was given to, who was it given to? It was given to Oryx, right? So she got the MP5K, which in my opinion is not the worst gun in the world, but the T5 obviously is way, way, way better. So for me, I'm going to keep her in good solely because of the gadget. Nothing more, nothing less. The gadget is the only reason she's up here. Plus, I mean, I guess she has a good speed rating as well. So there's a few reasons why, but it's definitely not the weapon is all I'm saying. It's not a great operator anymore. A few little nerfs here and there has caused it just to be a good, well-rounded, in my opinion, operator. Not too overpowered and not too underpowered. Mira's meta as long as you're able to find spots to put the Mira downs. Obviously, maybe you need to learn some Mira spots before you could use her to her full advantage. But even if you don't know great spots, still a operator that you should be selecting most of the time. Vector's pretty good, plus you get the 1.5 times. Mozzie's good, but rare because of all the other alternatives that play the same role. Mozzie's really meant to be a roamer, however, his speed rating really doesn't say that, and I mean, he's a little bit clunky and loud. But the operator as a whole, if you guys haven't seen that operator guide, I have an operator guide on Mozzie and pretty much every operator. I did those a long time ago, and they still hold true for the most part, besides some of the weapons changing and such. But I have a lot of these operators on that playlist that I have in the playlist section of the channel. And Mozzie, I showed you guys how to play Mozzie correctly, and you could really dominate when you're roaming. It's just the alternatives, such as Vigil. This is the reason why this is down here, right? I just wish, you know, they took away the shorty with Mozzie, so that's one thing. But why couldn't they just make him a 3-speed? That's all I want with Mozzie. He could actually compete with the other roamers. I feel like whenever I have to roam, it's just Vigil or Vigil at that point. Of course, I could do it with any other operator, but Vigil is the go-to. I mean, it's really just the best if you think about it. The K1A is pristine, and being able to roam and kind of avoid drones in a sense is also very, very, very helpful, to say the least. Mute, guys, this is my underdog here, okay? I'm putting him all the way up here. Mute is fire. Mute is one of the best operators now that we have. The new ping system, you need to just somehow get rid of the drones, and this is the operator to do that, in my opinion. Plus, you have the MP5K. You also have a 1.5 times. I think that Mute is a S tier operator. This one you might think completely different, but that is my opinion on it. If you don't like it, that's fine, but we're moving forward, onward and offward. Why is I just noticed this. We have both the Tachankas here. Well, I don't know why we have the old one, but the new one, look at that logo, fresh. All right, Oryx, guys, a T5 SMG. You're only good at running out with Oryx. That's all he's good for. And guess what happened to Oryx? You can't really run out anymore because the timer got cut in half. So you can't really run out with Oryx. You have a T5 SMG. What the heck are you going to do with this operator? I'm going to put him in useless. I don't know about you guys, but for me, how the heck do you use the gadget anymore? You just make a bunch of sound running through the building? I don't think so. Are you gonna run into a shield operator? Once again, I don't think so. Those things are very rare, very situational. Pick anyone else, really, besides Oryx. Pulse is good, very good in some situations, but a lot of people misuse him. Once again, very weak weapon, but you really are just playing underneath most of the time. So it's very situational, but C4 with Pulse, that's the combo that you got to look out for whenever you're going above any site with a breakable floor. Next two operators, Smoke and Valkyrie. Okay, these guys, one is for intel. I know last video I think I said Valkyrie is the IQ of defense, which absolutely made no sense. I'm sorry for all the people that caught that. I rewatched that and I definitely cringed a little bit, but Valkyrie is a defender. I promise you guys. Okay, so this is the best intel operator in the game. IMO. I don't think there's really any second competitors. Very few other operators can even compete. On attack, I said 0 can compete. Still stand by that, even with some disagreements in the comments. I still very much so stand by this. But Valkyrie really is very, very good if you know Valkyrie spots. I have a whole playlist on that. Go check out the playlist, guys. Those playlists don't have really many views at all, but they're very, very helpful especially if you're a newer player, for sure. As for Smoke, guys, we got the shotgun SMG 11 combo. As always, the combo mambo. This is the combo that you got to be rocking with. Plus I think they didn't take away the deployable shield from Smoke, right? I sure hope not. But regardless, area denial plus a decent loadout once you get the hang of it. SMG 11 is super, super good, and it could be used on 3 of these operators, including Mute. You could do the same shotgun SMG combo with Mute. I personally like to rock with the MP5K. Don't know, just me maybe. But that's just what I like to rock with, and just get good with the SMG 11. That's my tip for Smoke and for Sledge. All right, Warden, no explanation. Aruni. Okay, this is the operator that we were going to go with here. Aruni is the operator that is new. This is, I guess the last two are new. Besides the old Tachanka, we'll just throw him up here. No, we won't. I don't want to confuse anyone. I'm going to keep him out of here because he's not in the game anymore. Okay, so Aruni and Tachanka both are good. And I really thought Tachanka was going to have a bigger pick rate, I guess. From my experience, I don't see Tachanka every single game. I wish I did. I do think he's good, though. I think the LMG is pretty good, pretty solid. However, I still think Smoke is better in every facet of the area denial game or plant denial game. However, Tachanka is pretty good at area denial. If you just want to block off a part of the map, you got 10 of these fire launcher things, and they're going to block off the map for a good portion of time. I think even longer than smoke grenades will. So that is something to really compare and contrast with Smoke. But I'm going to put Tachanka at good. As for Aruni, this is an operator that is very, very fresh. I don't know if everyone could buy this operator yet. I don't even know that, but I know I have the season pass, so I got it for free. But for all of you guys that haven't played her yet, I think people are very underwhelmed with her because they're not using her correctly. That's the best way I could put it. Now, she's the first defender with a DMR, 0.1. She has a really good second SMG, that's 0.2. And the annoyance of dealing with this and the ability to burn utility just puts it over the top for me. That is a great operator. I hope they don't change her at all. Maybe just tweak her a little bit, but not change her at all in the most sense there. But that is the tier list. This was a two-parter. I know it was a two-parter. Hopefully you guys agree here. So as I said before, if you're looking for mains, this is a good place to start. If you're looking for just more fun operators, those happen to be usually down here for some reason. I mean, fun operators, I could point a few out for you guys. A lot of you guys want me to do a fun tier list. I don't know how I would do that really, but I mean, fun operator, fun operator, fun operator, fun operator. Okay, so you guys get the point. Most of the fun operators are down here, except if you find winning fun, then your operators are probably up here. That's gonna do it. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out.